Okay. Alright. Alright. Talk to you later. Alright. Alright, bye. Oh, hi. I'm responding to your vlog about texting relationships. Well, I believe texting, is a great way of communicating with people, especially if you really love them and care about them. Family, friends, boyfriends, girlfriends. It's great. You know, it's a more easier way to kind of like communicate them, even especially conveniently. Like if you're in class or you're in a meeting at work, you just can't call them. But I think on the terms of talking to that significant other, I think that written words aren't enough. You can't always tell what really really mean by what they say. Words can mean many different things. They branch out to so many different things that it just one good thing to you may seem one bad thing to another person, and vice versa. But I always believe my philosophy, what growing up, that spoken words are more stronger than written words. Well, you would say like me, that significant other, hearing their voice or seeing their words, and it always felt like seeing their words was never really like much. So, I was not in a relationship not too long ago as well. I broke up with my girlfriend because it was just, well, we broke up kind of bad because she was going through some tough times and I was too. And then she was just, letting me know, I was doing my part in being there for her. And, uh, she told me like, I'm going through some tough times. I'm going through some like hard like things through her text, and I took it into turn. I text her back. I was like, oh hey, baby, it's okay. I already know, so don't worry about it. And to her, if she must have felt like it was being considerate, you know, and like she felt like I didn't really care to hear what she had to say. It's like it's not even that. She had that what I heard keep hearing the quote of what did he mean by that kind of quote that I hear a lot, from vice from like boys and girls. What did they mean by like, oh, what did he mean by, oh, okay, whatever. And it's just like little things sometimes can make a bad like judgment. Um, and also on like for me, especially the people I know, like my friends, they also do the same thing. They have that anxiety where they can't leave their phone, they put it away, or they keep constantly checking like, oh, did my boyfriend call? Did my girlfriend call? Like, or when are they gonna call me back? Did they get my message? And then like, let me break it down. Why don't you just call them? I always told them, I think if you leave a message just on words and texting, it's not enough. You know, it's easy to like type in words or just type it in there, but I think to have the courage to call them back, to call them and leave a message, I think it leaves an even stronger mark because instead of you thinking, oh, when they're gonna text me, they're gonna be thinking, oh, well, I wonder why they called me. Must have been important. Just to call me, and then they see a voicemail. They hear the voicemail, like when I called my ex, I always wanted to know how she was doing. Because I still want to be good friends with her. So I was like, hi, it's me. I just want to know how you're doing. Is everything okay? Call me back. I really want to talk to you. And and that was it. I think give or take 1 or 2 minutes, she calls me back. I think the last time in high school when we were ever going out, I would text her back like 2 minutes later, and she would feel like I haven't texted her in like a year or something. You know, always felt like, I always felt like I was becoming part of my own phone. I always felt like, I was becoming more man than I was becoming more machine than man, and it was just really hard, cause like I never really knew how to like choose the right words, or what words were right to like say, and it was just a little frustrating. But I always found that that through me, I always communicate best face to face, especially meeting my significant other. Like my girlfriend right now, that I was just on the phone with. Sorry again. We were just having a conversation. She was like one of those people that always like to text. I was like, "Hey, babe, I'm not that kind. I'm not really good at that. It's better for me to hear your voice. I can hear your emotions. I can hear how she's feeling. It's just an even more soothing feeling to me, because it's more of a feeling instead of just like, well, what are they thinking? How are they feeling? Or are they thinking about me? It just makes all those like thoughts in my mind go away. And I think it's a good thing. It's like breaking a barrier. It's like breaking a texting barrier. I have friends that are, they're not good at like starting conversations in like midair, and you can't just like start one off through mine, and it's hard. I know, like talking to people, just making a conversation just birth in thin air. It sometimes doesn't work that way. I have friends that are also good with texting. There are other people. Texting is not that bad. Texting is pretty good. As one my friend told me, he said texting to him was like writing poetry. It talking to his girlfriend. I got a chance to read some of his message, and it was just poetry in just pure form. And it was just simple texting, but it was deep. Sometimes people can't really get their words out, just in words too, just in like speaking to people. But there are good things about texting. But for me, the like texting on the other hand, if you could be left in the bloom, in words and conversation. There's no bush to beat around, and there's no walls to hide behind. It's just you and the person. Yeah. Well, that's just my 2 cents on that. Well, thank you for listening.